Right now, there are 240 active duty infantry soldiers deployed to Washington state. And not to face a foreign adversary, but because the U.S. has hit preparedness level 5, and, well, the American landscape is literally on fire. So welcome to your custom deep dive. Today we're unpacking the August 17, 2026 Daily Tech Reader Wildfire Report to, grasp the true staggering scale of this crisis.
Yeah, to really comprehend that scale, you have to look at the baseline data. I mean, preparedness level 5 is the absolute maximum alert we have.
Right.
We are talking about nearly 49,000 wildfires burning over 7.2 million acres so far this year. And there are 80 massive fires completely uncontained across the country right now.
Wow. And fighting 80 uncontained large fires, that requires logistics that honestly mirror a global defense coalition.
It literally is one at this point.
Seriously. We've got those soldiers from Joint Base Lewis McChord, the 1st Battalion, 23rd Infantry Regiment, and they're deployed to the Moodrife fire.
Exactly.
Plus, we're seeing heavy aerial support, like Canadian large air tankers and bird dogs operating out of Boise.
And the bird dog is so crucial there. It acts like an aerial traffic controller, right? Flying in first to guide the massive tankers through the smoke.
Right, to hit the exact drop zone. And we also have military MAF FF C-130s out of California and Oregon. Those are standard military cargo planes temporarily retrofitted with systems that shoot fire retardant out the back.
Yeah, and the sheer necessity of this military mobilization, and the international one too, it illustrates this unprecedented strain on domestic resources.
Oh, totally.
The report actually notes 196 fire line management personnel and 3 incident management teams flown in from Australia and New Zealand.
Which is wild to think about, bringing people halfway across the world just to manage fire lines.
It is, but it's a crucial tactical move because of the hemisphere offset. Their fire season is during our winters, so their elite commanders are available when, our local infrastructure has just hit an absolute wall.
It's almost like trying to cool down a supercomputer by blowing on it.
Yeah.
I mean, our local resources are vastly outscaled by the thermal output of the event.
That's a great way to put it. With over 28,000 personnel assigned nationwide, the system is completely maxed out. And pulling ground troops into Washington is really just treating a symptom.
Because the actual epicenter of the crisis is the Pacific Northwest.
Right, sitting squarely over the Pacific Northwest. Washington is battling 37 uncontained large fires right now, and Oregon leads the country with 21.
And we should mention Oregon's Picture Rock fire.
Yes. That one is exhibiting extreme running and torching behavior, and it's actively threatening the regional energy grid.
Well, I do have to push back a little on the weather being the main culprit here, at least based on the report.
How so?
The report blames a quote-unquote weak upper-level disturbance tracking through Northern California. I mean, a weak system shouldn't require international military intervention and grid shutdowns unless the underlying landscape is already fundamentally compromised.
So that is exactly the core of the issue.
Really?
Yeah, in wildland firefighting, the word weak just refers to the atmospheric pressure of the weather system. It doesn't mean a weak impact on the ground.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because the landscape is already bone dry, this subtle disturbance drags in gusty winds and drops the relative humidity across Northeast California and Southeast Oregon. It basically acts like a massive accelerant.
Wow, so it's turning the landscape into a giant wind tunnel of dry kindling?
Pretty much, and then it gets worse.
Of course it does.
As that disturbance moves, it triggers dry thunderstorms. That's, lightning strikes with zero rain.
Right, across Idaho and into western Montana.
Exactly. So a weak pressure system in California essentially creates a conveyor belt of fresh fire ignitions all the way across the Great Basin.
So if you're sitting on the East Coast or, somewhere far from the smoke, it's easy to look at a weather map of California and think a minor wind shift doesn't affect you.
Right, but it does.
It really does. The 2026 wildfire season is a deeply interconnected crisis. A subtle breeze in California dictates whether active-duty military and international teams deploy to Washington and Oregon.
The logistics of fire management have completely outgrown state lines and honestly even national borders. We're relying on global coalitions just to hold the line on a seasonal basis.
Which leaves you with something entirely new to ponder.
Yeah.
As wildfire seasons stretch into year-round events that demand global troop deployments, C-130 retrofits, and massive international supply chains.
Yeah.
How long until we see the creation of a permanent, dedicated wildfire branch of the armed forces?